Powerful new book invites readers of all ages to reflect on kindness, empathy, and the importance of seeing beyond appearances. Author Monica Berg is here to tell us all about it. Welcome to the show, Monica.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Great to see you. Okay, why is this so important to talk to our children about empathy, in your opinion?
Well, it's really interesting. When we came out with our first children's book, The Gift of Being Different, we went around and visited different schools and children all over the world, and they asked if we were coming out with another book, would they be a series? And we shared that this next book was about empathy. And I asked, how many kids know what that is? And I was really surprised by the lack of hands raised. And I just thought it was such a powerful, important message, and it's one that should be taught early on, to be able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, especially when they look different than you, or they sound different, or maybe you're even a little bit afraid of them. We never know but somebody's story, and we don't know what they've experienced before we've met them or even on this day. And it's such a powerful thing to start to practice early on.
So true. And how can we talk to our children about empathy?
Well, I think just openly and honestly, the beauty of children's books is that you can tell and have really important, hard conversations in a soft, creative kind of way. So I think it's really just to ask them to be curious, to ask questions like, what might they be feeling? Or why do you think that they did that? To have a conversation that's open and that they give the possibility for benefit of the doubt.
Oh, good point. Okay, and how do generosity and empathy go hand in hand?
Well, they truly do, because when you're able to feel somebody's pain, you see them as human. When you see them as human, you're able to see them as similar to you in some way. And when you feel those things for another person, naturally we're inclined to offer ourselves, to be generous, to offer a kindness that we wouldn't have thought to if not.
True. Okay, and tell us about your new book, The Tale of the Other Glove, and how it relates to what we've been talking about.
So it follows our heroine, Abigail. She's the narrator again in this second book in the On Being series that she experiences. She's in a subway station with her babysitter, and her babysitter drops a glove from the platform onto the floor. And when she goes down to gather it, a hand snatches the glove from beneath her. So she says to this unhoused man, "Hey, that's my glove, give it back to me." And he said, "I'm not going to give it back to you because I found it." And she said, "Well, you couldn't have found it because I didn't lose it." So when she told me this story, it's a true story, I just kind of scratched my head and I said, "Well, why didn't you just give him the other glove? What good does one glove do you? You're going to throw that glove you have out and go buy another pair." And for this man, he didn't have anything, and now he has one warm hand, right? So we went around, actually, I lecture and public speak, and I asked a lot of people, what would you do in this situation? Would you have given the other glove? And again, the lack of hands was kind of astounding. Very few people would have given the other glove because they didn't want to condone that behavior. So the message and the underlying message of the book is a few things, but one is, would you rather be right or be kind? And that there's always a way that we can help another person, again, if we put ourselves in their shoes.
Oh,
so it's told in a beautiful kind of way that allows people to think. And then Abigail at some point realizes that this man, this unhoused man, used to be a child who had a family, who had food on his table. And we don't know what happened to him, but we don't need to know in order to open our hearts and give.
Oh, such important lessons for not only parents and children. So amazing. Monica, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on the new book. Great to see you.
You too. Thank you so much.